welcome in. If you're seeing this part, it is probably replay. I'm going to get myself pulled up over here to read comments. And in about a minute, I'll be shared into Wild Honey. So this is an event today. Okay, let's see here. So I hope y'all are having a good Saturday. We're fixing to get a storm, so like fingers crossed. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the thing again where I turn off my volume. Gotta remember all that stuff. Okay. Hey, Sandy, how are you? So we're fixing to get a storm, so I'm hoping I will be okay with the internet. Okay. I can sort of see comments. I'm going to tilt my computer a little bit more. Try to keep it from like scooching over in the middle here. See, it says slow connection, so hopefully we'll be okay. Sorry. Oh, that's funny. I knew it was like getting close and I had like most stuff done. Okay, thank you. And I was like, wait a second. I thought there was somebody else between us. Okay, so there's good there. What time is it? We've got like a minute, so I'll kind of go ahead. I'll just keep stuffing this thing. Y'all, this is one of those deals that, like, I hope I don't get done too soon, but then I can also see it kind of maybe taking the whole time. I don't know if I prepped too much or not. With sewing, I didn't want to sit here and like do that because sometimes that takes a while. Not to mention I probably need readers, and I jabbed myself many times today, so I didn't want to be doing that either. I left like one little line to do. Hey, Stephanie. I feel like he needs a little bit more. So how are y'all doing? I know Misty brought up the weather. Are y'all having any storms, Oklahoma area? Hi, Cynthia. Welcome in. Mom's Corner. Hey, welcome. How are you? Okay, there's a couple of y'all on there. I will start. When there's like 2 or 3 people, I know the other person's like finishing up. I don't go ahead and start the whole thing. So this Wild Honey event, and I did write it down so that I don't forget. It's Don't Be a Scaredy Crow. Let's hoot and holler at the barn. So I thought that was cute. So I'm going to do a crow. Hey, Lori. Hi, Stacy. Welcome in, everybody. So I just found like a free printable outline thing. I don't know if I went on Google or if I went on Pinterest for that. So I did make one wing already and went ahead and painted it. And this is one of those things, y'all, when I started it, because I just glued the edges. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and kind of sew it so I can pull it a little bit. And I'm like, I don't know if that's going to look right. And so I did down the center first. And I'm like, well, actually, it makes a really cute leaf. If this doesn't work, I could do something else. And then as I kept going, I think it's going to work. So that's one of those things, like, trust the process. It may be looking like a hot mess, but Barb, fancy meeting you here. Hi, Lori. Okay, so I'm just trying to get him. I want his stomach pretty full. Needs a little bit more. I don't even know where I got this. It's like, I guess like a drop cloth maybe. It feels thicker than what I normally have. So I don't know if this was out of like Goodwill or places like that. Sometimes if I see ribbon and materials, I'll get them. So maybe it was a piece out of that. So it's a little more stiff. And then I just used the muslin stuff for these. Do you need something? Okay. My kids have their computer and they come in here and do gaming stuff. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sew this up. Or no, I'm not going to sew it. I'm going to hot glue it. I did sew the rest of it. I just did like a back stitch and then turned it right side out. I think I could have got a little more stuff in right there, but that's okay. Let's try to move it around some. I do think this would have been cute on like a stick or something like that if I had a candlestick, or I do have like a finial with a nail coming out of it. I found it at a garage sale, and I actually put a birdhouse on it, but I did it where I could take it off of it because I like it just sitting. But I thought about doing a piece of styrofoam with moss and stuff where this could kind of sit on there like it's perched. Okay, I think we're good there. I'm going to go ahead and start. Actually, let's go ahead and do this real quick and then we'll paint. So here is for the wing. And like I said, I just did a running stitch down the center, and then on each side I'm doing that so I can kind of pull it to give it a little bit of texture, make some little poof type things on it. Hi Lisa, welcome. Hey Deborah. Okay, so let's see, which side was I? So I don't wear my glasses very often. I got them, well, my son's almost 12, and I got them when I was pregnant with him. It's like all of a sudden my eyes kind of, I just couldn't really see anything. I was trying to help my husband. We were on a trip, and we were trying to find a street, and I'm like, yeah, so unless you're like right up on the street sign, I can't see it. And they kind of gave me a headache a lot. I never really got used to them. And the doctor said even like after I was, you know, after I had them, my eyes may get a little better, and they did, and I've kind of been fine. Well, I can definitely tell through the years I need to go get new glasses, but I really don't like wearing them. And I don't want bifocals, but I think I need to get where I can see far away and then get like a pair of readers or something, because I'm noticing y'all like trying to do the stitch stuff up close or see stuff, I'm kind of like, wait, what does that say? And I haven't been like that. So another one of those lovely things, I guess, as you get older. Hey Sarah. So each time I go through, I do kind of yank it just to help kind of keep that tension and pull that. This is something you could do on a sewing machine too, but I need my husband to fix mine. So I had to get a new cord and pedal. I don't remember what happened, and I hardly ever use the thing. It's like I go through little spurts where I'll make and do stuff. And he got a new one, and I don't know what he was doing. I really, like, I don't even know why he was messing with it. Somehow he got like the wrong cord though and put it in there. And then when he realized and tried to pull it, it like broke off. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? I haven't even been able to use it yet. And like I said, I don't use it a whole lot, but there's times where like I'd like to do things. So he needs to figure out whatever he did, like try to fix it. Hey, Christy. I also realized today I don't have any black thread. I have a lot of blues and greens. I can tell that I'm fixing 3 boys' shirts, and a husband is like the main thing I use this for, like, or use thread for, I guess. I glue so much stuff, like, to sew, you know, but and hopefully Lois and Stephanie, well, I know Lois, she's busy, but hopefully Stephanie's on here. Thank y'all for having me. I'm really bad about forgetting to say that, and then I always feel bad. But I appreciate y'all including me in the events and stuff. Do you need something?
Where's my computer?
Your brother took it?
Oh,
I guess.
You're joking, right?
No, he came for something. I guess he took the computer. I don't know. Just go out there. I don't want to hear y'all bickering.
You won't hear nothing.
So quietly, Becker. No, I'm just joking. No, seriously, don't Becker. Okay, so we're going to paint these up. So I guess last night it stormed really bad. I slept like a baby. My son, my youngest one, he was at my mom's, and when he got home, he's like, man, I did not sleep last night. It was such a bad storm. I'm like, that's what your dad said. I'm like, I slept really good. And my husband's like, you never woke up when the lights were flickering and all that. And I'm like, no, I'm like a weird person. Like, I'm excited when a storm's coming. Like, I always sleep so good. Hey, Elizabeth. It says we're supposed to be getting rain, like, throughout this evening, too. So I'm going to do the one side of this and let it dry. I may end up doing where, like, the back wing gets put on, like, after the live, so I can kind of try to finish for y'all. I didn't write down what time I get off of here. Dang it. 4:30 is when I started, so 5:15. Okay, y'all, I will try to remember. I am trying to get that little side part of the material. Did I do it where it's the same way? I did. So this side I won't cinnamon. It's actually the other side. I guess I can do it on both sides. It's fine. I loved Misty's wagon. That was so cute. It was arrangement. So if you're just hopping on and you don't know it's an event, it's with Wild Honey. And be sure to join the group if you haven't already, and that way you can easily watch like all of the creators from today. Okay, let's put a little bit of cinnamon on here. Ooh, no, I do have paper towels. Never mind. I was supposed to ask my son if he'd run and get me something to wipe my hand, but we're good. Okay. And then I think I got these from Kat. She sent me some different little like pumpkins and stuff like a year or two ago, and I didn't do them like the complete thing. I kind of used other stuff. So I remembered I had those. It's like a little sunflower. You don't sleep well at all. You get a storm, you're up all night. Between 7 and 9. Oh, is that when y'all are supposed to get a storm? Okay, let's get this guy. I can't ever think of what it's called. It's like the different type of internet where they run it under the ground or whatever. Wire or something. I don't know. All that stuff, the technical terms. It's supposed to be so much better. I mean, I don't know if it's because we're out in the country or what the problem is, but it's a little bit, I guess, than what we had, but I wouldn't say for like how much more we're paying that's doing that much of a better job. Fiber, yes, thank you. I'm the person where I just, I'm expecting other people to read my mind. I'm talking to my mom, the thingamajig, the thingamabob, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? And I say doohickey a lot too. I did not realize how much I said it until my children's friends were over. Which, like, I've known these kids. I was their Sunday school teacher and done a lot of stuff with their mom. And I guess I just say it a whole lot. And they kind of brought it up. I'm like, leave me alone. Look, I'm old, okay? And there's a lot of children here. And my brain is not functioning. Like, if I can't even remember what I named my children, how am I supposed to remember the names of all the objects and the things I'm trying to talk about? Okay, leave me alone. Now, I do have some little beads for the eyes. I don't know if we're going to use them or not. I'll try, but they might be too small. I know some people just do like a knot just to kind of give it a little bit of an indentation. I'm trying to get it fairly coated because I'm going to be gluing stuff to it, so I don't really want to have to go back and try to put more on there. I felt like if I had painted it beforehand, I wouldn't have had like a whole lot to do. So I was like, I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of hard to know what all you should get done and what you should just wait on the live to do. Hey, Megan. Okay, I am going to take a thing and try to dry it just a little bit. Let me get, y'all, jumping ahead. Try to smear it in there a little bit. Okay. Make sure there's not any of the little bits to blow away. Forgot you were on your profile. Oh. That's good enough to be able to turn it over. Okay. So my husband was talking about getting a storage building and doing it closer to the house. And like part of it kind of being mine and part being his. And then that way I could do kind of a section for their homeschool stuff. And that way then this room would turn back into a bedroom. And then he brought up about doing, I guess kind of taking like my storage building that we have at the back of the property. And then the new one just being all mine. And that way my stuff would be closer and I wouldn't have to like go back there for stuff. And so like I'm having like all these ideas and I'm trying not to like overly think about it because it's not a for sure. Like I'm hoping it happens, but well, the other night I was like, You know, I was talking to my mom about how having like a little coffee bar in there would be nice, and I could do like my tea and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, if I got a TV and a little futon thing, I could just like sit out there and watch crafters and stuff, and then go back to crafting. And then I was telling my husband, I'm like, you know, you could just give me like a little mini fridge and like a little microwave, and I could just like live out there. And he's like, I'll be ordering it tomorrow. Okay, I missed something. I don't know what y'all are talking about. No, it would be like next year before any of that happens. We kind of have to clear the spot for it and everything too. So it'd probably be like after income tax type situation. But like fingers crossed, y'all. I'm hoping. It would be really nice. All of the like seasonal stuff I have, and then just random different things, and to have that all just upright close to the house. That would be really nice. So the path that kind of goes out there, I wouldn't really call it a driveway. It was like, our driveway was really bad, and we've tried to do some things to fix it, but it's a long driveway, so we're not doing like cement or anything. And there's a little section that you could tell people probably before like drove back there. And a lot of it's just grown over and taken over and stuff. And there's so many of these like vines, and I have them right off my back porch too. They're extremely thorny, and just they like wrap around your leg and stuff real bad. And we've tried everything to get rid of them. I'm like, I don't know. We need to dig like 6 inches down to get rid of them. I mean, I've tried everything. I'm like, it'd be so nice to not have to deal with that, because it doesn't seem to be over in the area. Well, I don't know. It's kind of grown up now, so it could be a complete hot mess over there for all I know. But I do plan on doing, I don't know if I do like crushed granite or the little tiny pebbles, that kind of thing. And I plan on like a garden, which I was going to do over there anyways next spring. So it'd be really nice to have like a whole little setup. Okay. I really like a lot of cinnamon on there. I am going to go over with the brush to tone it down just a little bit, but I do like that, and kind of giving that old, a little more primitive look. So we're gonna set that to the side, let that dry just a little bit. I do have the little sunflower to paint, and then I have this hat, and it's from Dollar Tree. I think they come out like at Christmas time, but I also have some with orange. I didn't know if I should paint it black or kind of leave it. I don't know. It's kind of weird setting on there. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to paint it black and see if that blends in a little bit more. I like hats, y'all. I can't help it. But I may not do the hat. I don't know yet. What are you looking for now, baby?
Nothing.
I don't know what his brother took, and he can't find it now. That's a bad thing about some of that stuff, where it's like they're kind of sharing it because it's larger items. I don't know. Sometimes it's like, let them work it out, and then sometimes you're just like, you want to step in or whatever. Trying to think if I want a little cinnamon on it. I don't want it to blend like so much, but I feel like it needs a little something. I don't really see a paint that would, if I had my little bronze stuff over here, but I don't see it. I probably put it up. We'll just go with the cinnamon, but I'm like really gonna rub it in. So it's, doesn't look quite like that, hopefully. Okay, it added just like a little bit, especially around that trim part. So now, just let me go ahead and do the back side of this, since we've got this paint out, and I'm supposed to go till 5:15. No, yes, okay. So let me kind of quickly do this and get that painted, y'all. I'm sorry. See, that's one of the things. It's like it's either going to go really fast, or I can feel like it takes forever before you get to where it's actually showing that you've made something. Try to get those edges. And I know this is going to be glued down, but I don't know. I just kind of sometimes have a thing about both sides being done, where if you do kind of see it from a certain angle. Plus, it'll help when I go to attach them. If I need to turn it, it's already just done. Like if I feel it doesn't look right, we're good. Set you there. Get some of this black paint off of me. It's up under my nail. Okay, I don't think I need that anymore, so that can go in there. Try to clean some of this up and get it out of the way. I'm not going to use that anymore either. Okay. I also, do y'all think I should do the beak with just a little bit of yellow on it, or just kind of leave it? I don't know. I go back and forth on that. I like it both ways. I guess I could always paint over it if I'm not really feeling it. Just going to get a quick coat on the petals of the sunflower. It has that piece that goes in the center, so I don't have to be like super precise when it gets on there. Okay, and I'm just going to use the same thing. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Hi, Ruth. So I'm doing a crow. It's for the Wild Honey Don't Be a Scaredy Crow, Let's Hoot and Holler at the Barn event. And up after me is Sue with Trailside Designs. So be sure that you're in the Wild Honey, and that way you can just refresh and easily follow. But it's Trailside Designs. So just in case you don't see it, because I've had that issue a couple of times where I've like refreshed and I'm not seeing the person and I have to go to their page. And that's like in my group. And then today in Wild Honey, one of them I was having an issue trying to get. So I think it's just Facebook being wonky or internet not working good, or just, you know, different stuff happens. So that way you at least know who to go to. I could see through that a little bit, so I'm just trying to add some more. Okay, so for the center part, I'm gonna leave that yellow on there a little bit. Y'all, I think I inhaled some cinnamon and I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, we're gonna go in with some of the, what is this? Waverly Wax, Antique Wax, that's it. I'm just going to go over this center part. And I'm okay with that, like I said, the yellow kind of coming through to add like kind of that texture to it. I'm going to pick up some of the yellow and just kind of brush over the top a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to get just a little bit more of the Antique Wax and kind of go very like faint over the petals, and like not even doing every single one. Just just to add a little bit of dimension to it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need that anymore either. Ooh. So I like the smell of cinnamon, and I bought, I have one of those diffusers, and so I got essential oil. And I gotta say, I'm kind of wondering, and not that I'm allergic to cinnamon, I mean, I can eat it, and I can use it on stuff and all that, but there is something about when I use that, sometimes I'll get a headache, but I think it kind of messes with my nose a little bit. Which is a bummer, because, like, it's really good when you're trying to do, like, fall and Christmas smells. Like the it's this stuff right here. It's spiced cinnamon, and it's the potpourri stuff, but it looks like the nuts, and I use it on the fake bake stuff. I have noticed, like, if I have that open, like right now it's in a closed bag, I totally can smell it, but when I open it and I'm using it, I will get a headache. Okay, some of my stuff came off because my finger had paint. That actually feels a little bit dry, but because I'm going to be gluing some stuff, I'm going to go ahead and do just a little bit of the dryer on this, y'all. And then we'll start putting stuff around the neck and figuring out the hat and all that kind of stuff. Aw, thanks, Stephanie. Hi, Teresa. How are you doing? Go get black paint on this shirt. Try to focus up there because that's where I'm going to be like wrapping and gluing stuff. So I think we're good. Some of those little divots, the paint kind of glopped. So I was just trying to get them out with this because I know that'll take forever to dry. Okay. So now with it, it blends a little bit better. I kind of like it. I'm going to wait and get the wings and stuff on there first before I for sure decide on that part because it might be too close. Oh, and what did y'all think about the nose? Do you think I should leave it like this or add a little bit of this on there? I'm going to do it on this side. Even just slightly fade it in like that just to give a little bit of the beak feel. I also don't know, should I go like, I need to go all the way up, don't I? Okay, so here we are, a little bit yellow. I don't know how I feel about it. I like that side better. Love you, baby. Maybe if it was completely covered, I don't know. Like I said, I have seen stuff where I like it both ways, and it's, I don't know. I feel like when you're going a little more primitive, I think I like it like this. You fell asleep. Shame on you, Sandra. No, I'm just joking. Y'all, I had to download a new clock app thing. My alarm, I thought maybe like, because I don't use it all the time, and I thought, am I like waking up and hitting it or not setting the right thing or like what is going on? And so, like, I tried it when I was awake just to make sure, and it's not going off, and it would say something like, I have to close app or something. And so I went into the settings and made sure there wasn't anything with the sound or notifications, like all that, and checked that. And some of that stuff was, like, turned. So I don't know when my phone updated if it did something. I read a deal that said reset your phone. I did that. It still wasn't working, so I got a new one, and hopefully this one works. I told my son, I'm like, I don't know if we should buy like a plug-in one or maybe a battery-operated one or something. Okay, so y'all, this is one of those things where it's like, you're just kind of playing. I sort of know what I'm doing, but not really. Like, we're just going to start pulling things. You like a little of it on the beak. I may try it like after the live, kind of go over it and get it a little more precise, and then do some antique wax over it too, and kind of get a feel of what I'm thinking. So I know I want some wire on here, and I'm going to do that first and kind of get that pinched on here. Oh, that's what I did. Some of the water came off. So I made a little dill. It's down at the barn, the dark comes alive. All the field creatures sing and jive. Branches sway and shadows play, signaling the end of day. Owls and crows join the fun. They hoot and holler till the morning sun. No, I still need glasses. That was not very easy to read. So I did a little tag. My paintbrushes got set on it, but I mean, I kind of like the faded look that it gave, so we're just going to go with it. Hey, Stephanie. Did you fall asleep too, like Sandra? No, I'm just playing. This, like, it's gloomy out and a storm is coming. This is like perfect nap time weather. Okay, so I'm going over my edges just a little bit, and I've gone back and forth on if I should just crinkle it up, but since it has a little picture, I'll show y'all the big one so you can see it better. So I did a little, I just did the picture part on ChatGPT. So it's a little barn and owls. I think there's a rabbit and some crows. But he was a little bit big, so I printed out right beforehand a smaller one. And I think I'm going to kind of do it a little bit to the side like that is what I'm thinking. So we have this, and I thought about kind of twirling one of these and hanging the flower off of it is what I'm hoping to do. It may not look right, and I may end up gluing it towards the top. But we're just, like I said, we're playing and we're seeing what works. I also have these little leaves. I need to put some of the antique wax on them. Do I have another little brush? That'll work. So they're kind of a brighter orange. And I like to tone them down just a little bit, depending on what I'm doing. I can hear something. I'm not sure what it is, and that's kind of scary when you've got your 3 kids in the house. I mean, they're all up older, like, hopefully they're not about to blow something up. So the other day I make dinner, my husband comes home, and later on, and I was kind of hungry too. So later on, he's in the kitchen, he said something about he was fixing to do, I think it's ramen noodles. And we go to turn on the stove and it doesn't turn on, and I'm like, I just cooked dinner, I don't understand. And I'm like, so a couple months ago when I asked you to check the propane, did you go do that? And he's like, no. Like, Stevie Lee, come on. I think we're out of propane, y'all. So I can't cook anything. Well, I mean, I can. I've got crock pot and all that. I'm not getting out of cooking, unfortunately. But our dryer too. So I told my mom, I'm like, I don't know when they'll be able to come out and do that. I'm like, so Monday, can I come to your house and do laundry if we're still like waiting for the people to come? Luckily, she only lives 2 doors over, so it's not a big deal. But I was like, I got things to do. Like, seriously, dude? I feel like that's too fat. I'm not digging that. Here's a thin one. Okay. We'll use this. And I do like my jute. rope, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if I'm going to tie around it or... Okay. What are y'all doing? What was that?
Mushrooms?
Oh, you're using the
Yeah.
Instapot. Okay, I can hear something and I'm just like, I don't know, are they about to blow my house up or what my children are doing? I couldn't figure out what it was. Okay, that makes sense. Back here, it's kind of muffled. I just hear this sound though, and I'm like, what in the heck is that? Okay, I've got like 5 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna try to get this little sucker to pull apart so that way I can at least wrap the stuff around him and get the hat. See if we're gonna use the hat. Okay, I want to do 2 of these, and these are kind of longer. Let me... I think I like it tied all the way around. I'm going to separate my wire real quick and do this in between. So if I have to pinch that down, I can. And then my lace, I'm just going to tuck through there because it was too short. We don't want to do it that tight on you. That doesn't look right. Okay. Get that going through there. Work with me here, buddy. There we go. So, yeah, I kind of want one of these. I'm hoping this will stick with the glue. You know what? Let me make like a little loop so it's something fatter to kind of hopefully stick to there. I want it a little more dimensional, like it's sticking out the top here. We may have to do like a little piece of material to make this actually work good and stay. But for now, we're going to go with it. Okay. And then I was thinking I should have unraveled this wire ahead of time. I'm going to try to just like pinch that off there and get this one over here. So it's kind of tucked also. Get a feel of what I think. I think that's too much. I don't like that. So we're just going to do the one over here. Just so it adds a little something extra. Okay, do you like that? And then let's glue our tag up here. A couple minutes, y'all. I'm trying to hurry. Bird in the house. Oh, yeah. Well, I could hear sizzling, and I'm like, I know I told them not to try to do that stove, but like, what in the world would they be doing? I mean, for the most part, my kids are good, but you know, you never know. 3 of them get together and start thinking of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. No. Okay. I love my Spanish moss on stuff. I don't know. So I'm going to go with a no for now. Now the wings. This is the part that I really have absolutely no clue about how I should get these little guys on here. I almost kind of like them without the wings, to be truthful. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of big, and I even shrunk them down, like to make them smaller. So you sort of see it a little bit, not totally. I just like this. If he was bigger, I think I may like those, but I feel like they just kind of overpower. So I think we're just going to go with this and call it good. So y'all tell me, hat or no hat? I kind of like them with no hat, to be truthful. But thank you again, Lois and Stephanie, for having me. And be sure y'all join Wild Honey. And that way you can see the next creator, who is Sue with Trailside Designs. And Wild Honey does events probably like once a month. And they're always really fun themes. And Stephanie and Lois, and then Misty helps share in, and Sandy with Burlap and Bling helps share in. They're all really sweet ladies. Okay, so this is what I did. And like I said, it can be like a little dough bowl filler, or I may put them on a piece of styrofoam with moss and stuff. Maybe even like a little pumpkin, and put them on that stand. So hat, do the hat. Y'all like the hat? I may try to add like a few little things to it and then put it on there. I do love hats, and I tend to add hats to a lot of stuff. I think I'm also going to paint the bottom black so it kind of blends a little bit more. I do think it's cute, but then I'm like, I'm not sure. But thank y'all for joining in today, and thank you for everybody for sprinkling out. And my time is up, y'all. I will see y'all in the comments on the next person. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye. With or without hat. He's cute. Thanks, Sandra. Okay, bye, guys. Like, he couldn't finish. It's not working.